So yoga does not have to be boring stretches. It can actually look like some really deep flexibility, some amazing arm balances, and sometimes just some wiggles in the body. But most people think that they're just not flexible enough to do these kind of things. And I totally get it because that was me. So my name is Leah and I started yoga when I was around 25 years old, and I am not kidding you when I say I was about here. I was not getting any further. I was struggling so much to reach my toes. And the funny thing is, I went to my first yoga class. The lady next to me could bend over and touch her toes with ease, like this now, right? I was like this, trying to reach for my toes. But the interesting thing happened when it then came to back bends. She couldn't get into it, and I could. I came up into my wheel pose, and she was nowhere near off the ground. And that's when something clicked for me. That's when I realised everybody's bodies are different. Some people are tighter in other places, some people are more open in other places. But also, it's not just about stretching, which is what I'm going to teach you today. And it's also one of the most valuable things, because when you have an open body, when your body feels less tight, your mind does as well. Your mind can actually loosen up as your body does. You can feel calmer and lighter and more in control. So instead of just talking about it, we're going to get into our first pose, and I'm going to explain more as we go through this. So for today, and don't worry if you don't have any of these things, but if you have them, go and grab them. Grab a yoga strap, an acupuncture ball, and a yoga block. If you don't have these things, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to do everything without props as well, just in case. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is come into a forward fold. So I want you to sit upright. Now, first of all, if you struggle to lengthen through your spine, I want you to sit up on the edge of a blanket. So we're going to grab a blanket, roll it up, sit on the edge of it, and then just let your bum kind of slide off of it, okay? This is going to help tilt your pelvis forward. Bring your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. Shake out the knees, loosen them up. From here, we're going to lengthen up through the spine. We're going to slowly fold forward and then reach wherever you can. Maybe that's to your toes, maybe that's to your shins, maybe you're just hanging out, right? Fold forward, and I'm going to talk you through why we're doing this. Okay, so while we're here, let's take a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Okay, do that again. Big inhale through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, notice your body relax. Can you feel your belly get closer to your legs? Do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. So every time we relax, just keep that breath up for a moment. Every time we relax the body, we're letting the body know it's safe. We're letting those muscles release, okay? If you imagine when you're scared, right, or when you're frightened, everything tenses up, okay? So when everything tenses, our muscles cannot lengthen. So the calmer we are, the more the muscles release, the more we can gain flexibility. So calming the nervous system is actually one of the first things that you should be doing when working on stretching. Okay, if you want to gain flexibility, there's no point jumping into a pose and stretching as much as you can, because your body's not going to loosen up. Okay, so take this pose for example here. We're going until we feel a slight stretch, and then we're releasing and letting go. I am not grabbing hold of my toes and pulling myself as close as I can get, because what's going to happen is my body is going to go into panic. It's going to feel that tension and be like, oh, I don't like this. It's going to send that signal to my brain, and it's going to tighten the muscles. We don't want that just yet, okay? So we're just relaxing here. And what we're going to do is just give it a minute to just let those muscles release. So this is one of the really important parts of lengthening the muscles, okay? So walk yourself back up. This time we're going to come down onto our backs, and I want you to grab the strap. So if you don't have a strap, don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to do this without. But for now, come all the way down onto your back. Plant your feet flat on the ground. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to take our strap, we're going to wrap it around the foot, okay, the ball of the foot, just underneath the toes. If you don't have a strap, grab behind your leg, okay, interlace your fingers, grab behind your leg. Now, if you don't have a strap, you're just going to imagine this, okay? Now, you'll still be able to feel this. The other thing that our muscles need is strength. Because if we do not have strong enough muscles, our brain knows, and our brain is going to say, do not overstretch. So the stronger your muscles are, the more your brain will say, nope, we're safe to do this, and it will allow you to stretch. Not just that, so gaining strength is also going to gain flexibility, but it's going to help keep your body safe. So you might know this before, but if you overstretch, you can cause injury, right? I feel like that's pretty obvious. If you overstretch, you can cause injury. If your muscles are strong enough, they repair quicker. Okay, so it's also going to prevent that injury. So grab hold of your strap or around your leg. Now what we're going to do is flex the foot so the toes are kind of pointing above your head. We're going to pull on the strap and we're going to kick up to the ceiling. Now pull down on the strap as much as you can. Really create some tension. Kick that leg away. Kick, kick, kick. And then soften it down, but keep it pulled in until you feel that slight stretch in the back of the hamstring. Okay? Now kick it again. Kick, kick, kick. Really, we're tensing all the muscles in that leg, right? Imagine the ceiling is falling down on you and you're pushing it away with that foot. Kick, kick, kick. Soften. Pull the leg until you feel that slight stretch. Hold. The leg's softened a little bit here. Okay? Again, kick that ceiling away. Kick, 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 kick. Really kick it up. And then soften. Pull it in again until you feel that slight stretch, right? You might notice that your leg is slowly getting closer towards you. Again, we're not pulling on the leg until it gets as far as we can. Okay, we're pulling till we feel a slight stretch in the hamstring and holding it. So we're going to do that one more time. Kick up. Imagine kicking that ceiling away. Really tense the leg. Pull down on the straps. Kick, kick, kick. Soften. Pull it in till you feel that slight stretch. Bend the knee. Release. Lengthen out the legs. You might even notice now that the right leg feels longer than the left. Okay? Now do the same thing on the other side. So left leg comes up. And again, if you're doing this by just holding the hamstring, that's fine as well. Okay? So pull it until you feel that slight stretch. And then kick up. Imagine that ceiling's falling on you. Kick, 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 kick. Release it. Pull it in. Feel that slight stretch. Kick it up. Kick, 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 kick. Release. Pull it in. Feel that slight stretch. And again, kick it up. That ceiling's falling on you. Do not let it fall on you. Kick it away. Release it. Pull it in. One more time. Kick it up. Kick, kick, kick. Tense it. Tense it. Release. Pull it in till you feel that slight stretch. Bend the knee. Relax it back down. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is grab the acupuncture ball. So the other thing that our muscles need is a really deep fascia release, okay? Couple ways to do this. If you have a yoga ball or if you have a, I don't know, whatever the hell this thing's called, you can use that. We're going to place it on the ground underneath the calf, okay? Use your hands by the side. Plant your other foot on the ground, lift your bum up and just roll on that. You will feel that in the muscles. You should feel that in the muscles. Now we're going to roll it around on that muscle. If you find a place that feels a bit tender, you're going to stop, maybe put your butt down and just hold it there, okay? A couple of slow breaths. Remember, we're always slowing down the breath because we want to send that signal to your brain that you're safe. Maybe get up, move it around, find somewhere else, release. Okay, so not only does this help with the lower legs, but also everything is connected. So even if you're tight in your low back, say, it could be because you're tight in your ankles and your calves and it's pulling down, okay? So this is why we really need to focus on the whole body. Okay, and then you're going to move it up. So place it underneath your thigh. Now if, like me, the ball gets lost, that's where you can then grab a bigger one. Cannot remember what these, a foam roller, that's it, foam roller. And roll that up and down. Again, maybe finding somewhere that feels a bit tender. You can kind of go on the inside a bit. You can turn your body so that you're more on the outside. Find that place. Maybe it's all the way up in the butt. Find that sensitive area. Hold it. Slow breaths when you do. Now, if you do not have props, you can do this with your thumbs, okay? Massage. You're just massaging yourself. And then maybe you find a bit that feels a bit sensitive. Push your thumbs into that area, okay? Just push it, breathe, hold. And then release. Find another place that might feel a bit tight and hold. Go up your leg, maybe using your fingers, right? You're just trying to find the sensitive parts that might need a bit more of a release. Okay, this is why massage is so good for your body. Okay, so foam rollers, acupuncture balls, or your thumbs. Make sure that you do the other leg as well. Okay, so we're going to place the ball down, or the foam roller, or your thumbs. Roll it around. Now today I'm just showing you the lower body. But one thing that I want you to know here is there are 3 main poses. Make sure that you're doing this with me, by the way. Make sure that your thumbs are in there, or you've got a ball here. You can also use a tennis ball as well if you have dogs or anything around. Yeah, there's 3 main poses to open up the body. Now, forward folds, touching your toes, is opening the whole back body, right? Like I said in the beginning, the girl next to me in that yoga class, she could touch her toes easy. She was so open in the back body. Me, I was more open in the front body. So back bending, right? Then the other one, the other pose, so you've got forward folds, you've got back bends. So we're opening all the back or all the front. The other one is hips, okay? Opening up the hips. When you can work on those 3 poses, you are golden, right? They are like the main poses to get into every single yoga pose that there is. Okay. Just going to move that one up. Make sure that you're even on both sides, okay? That's the other thing. You will have one side that's tighter than the other, but work on them both the same. Okay, and then when you're finished with that, if you've not finished, if you don't feel even, please pause the video and we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so for the next thing, I want you to come back to seated. Remember, if you feel like you're rounding, place a blanket underneath your bum, slide your hips forward so that they roll over. Bring your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. Okay, so the next thing is mobility. Okay, so this goes more into the joints. So we're going to flex the feet, bring your heels off the ground, point them. Flex, point, flex, point. Okay, just keep doing this, nice slow breaths. Now go round in a circle. Bring both the feet the same way. Round in a circle. What's going on in your body as you do this? Can you hear clicking? Are you cramping? And again, you're going to have one side that's different. Just notice what's coming up for you. And then reverse, go the other direction. I have a really tight left side because I had an injury, apparently, at some point when I was younger, because my left side is so tight. So whenever I do things like this, my left foot starts cramping. Okay, so it's just really good to know your own body as well. Okay, now release that. Just bounce out the knees, release it. Now keep your feet slightly wider than hips distance. Relax your toes. Don't look at your feet for a moment. Bounce the knees, wiggle the toes, wiggle them around, and then loosen them. Lengthen up through your spine. Now look at your feet. Are they even? Or is one foot tilting out to the side and the other one's tilting in? Are they the same? And there's no right or wrong here. Everyone's body is going to be different. For me, I can notice that my right side is tilting out more slightly. Okay, now I know when I come into hip openings, my right side opens up a lot easier than my left side. Okay, and that is obvious just from looking at my feet here. My right hip wants to roll out. My left hip is stuck. Okay, so it's noticing these little things in your body as well that can really help. So notice what I've just said there. even though we're focusing on forward folds, I said my hip, right? So everything's connected. So this is going into the hips now, okay? So we're just going to do one little mobility on the hips just to help with your forward folds today. So I want you to come to seated, and what I want you to do is externally rotate the right leg and internally rotate the left leg, and then flex your feet. So as you look down, you've got like a square shape in front of you and a square shape behind you. Okay, it's like you've done this weird 90-degree angle, 90-90 it's called, okay, for anyone who's into fitness. Now, if this feels really tight already, and it's okay if your knees are off the ground, bring your feet in a little bit closer. So instead of squares, you've got triangles, okay? Flex your feet. Now, wherever you are, I want you to turn to face your front knee, so your right knee, fold over, come down onto your elbows. Just notice how tight that feels, okay? Notice where in your body you're feeling this. And then we're going to come back up. Keep the spine straight. Turn to face the left knee. Can you walk yourself down over your left knee as much as possible? It's going to feel really tight. But just notice how that's feeling. Come back up. Now switch sides, okay? Keep your feet where they are, but just bring your knees up. Place them on the other side. So again, you've got the square shape in between your legs, or you've got the triangles. Lengthen up through your spine. Face the left knee. Fold over the left knee. Come down onto your elbows if you can. Notice how this feels. Notice whereabouts in your body you're feeling it. Come back up. Keep your feet where they are. Lengthen through the spine. Face the right knee. Can you fold over that knee? And just notice what happens on this side, right? So if you remember, just a minute ago, I said that my right leg is really good at externally rotating, okay? Now that it's in an internal position, I am not folding forward at all, right? Whereas with my left, because my left is good at internally rotating, I can fold forward a little bit, okay? With my right, nowhere near, okay? So it's just really good to notice whereabouts in your body that you might need to focus on, and just the different way your bodies are, right? Because one thing to come out of this training with, and by the way, come out, shake your legs out, just come to seated for a moment. One thing to come out of this with is everybody's body is different. Some poses your body might literally never be able to do because of anatomy. You could have bone on bone, and then that's why it's not going further. It's not always because you need to stretch it more. Maybe you need to strengthen it, right? Maybe you need to work on the fascia. Maybe it's bone on bone and it's just your mobility. Okay, so there's so many different factors to this. So what you've just done here is so simple, but really powerful. So the next time that you get on your yoga mat and you're thinking, oh, I'm really tight in this position, first off, remember, everything is connected and we need to work on everything. If you think it's your hamstrings, it might not be. It could be your calf muscles pulling on your hamstrings. It could be your low back or your hips pulling on your hamstrings, okay? Everything is connected. You need the strength, you need the fascia release, you need the mobility. You cannot just stretch and expect amazing results. So I just want to add to this as well that all of these tools can be used in real life as well. And this is why they say yoga is more than just a practice. Yoga is more than just being on the mat. You take it into your life as well. So when we're learning to calm the nervous system because we're relaxing the muscles, can you take that into your life as well? Like if you are in a stressful situation, can you focus in on the breath? Can you make that exhale longer? Can you send that signal to your brain to relax? And that's going to help you feel calmer. When you're calmer, you can deal with situations better. Everything loosens up, right? And this is why it's so amazing that whatever you learn on the yoga mat, you can take out into your life as well. And another quick example of this is your mobility, right? When we are focusing on mobility and focusing on, okay, well, this leg is tighter than this leg, look at how you act in the day. So often we will sit there and cross our legs. I'm going to try and do this now with the same leg over, right? Can you switch it up and place the other leg on top, right? When you cross your arms, can you put the other arm on top? Notice what you do in your body and see if you can switch it up. That's a really great practice that you should be doing daily. Now, the great thing with this is as we release the body, what actually happens is we release the energy that can be stuck inside of us. So if you imagine now, I don't know if you guys have ever thought about this, but when you look at someone who is mega flexible, like a dancer, right? And they're doing literally flipping back bends and I don't know, splits and yeah, all this crazy stuff. I never look at them and think, oh my God, they seem so stressed, right? Because they're so loose. When I look at a really stiff type person, my brain straight away goes, they're stressed. I don't know if you guys have ever made that connection before, but it is so true. The more we loosen the body, the more we actually can allow that energy to flow through us and it lets it let go, right? Our emotions and our trauma are stored in the hips. When we loosen the hips, we can release that trauma. This is why sometimes in yoga classes, you can suddenly burst into tears. It's so, so powerful. But it's also the same reversed as well. If you are mega stressed, your body is not going to loosen up. And this is why it's so important to calm the nervous system first. It is absolutely pointless going into a stretch class stressed and not working out that stress first, because your body is going to tense. Your mind is going to say, we're not safe, tense everything up, and it's not going to release. So if you want to understand your body better and to find out where you are tight in particular, then I do have a quiz that's going to help you figure out which part of your body you should be focusing on first. Now remember, we should always be focusing on forward folds, back bends, and hip openings. So somewhere on the screen, there is going to be a flexibility quiz that you can download right now to figure that out for yourself. And as soon as you figured that out, you're going to get a personalized class from me as well. So I've got a library of classes, and once I know where you are tight, I will send you the right class that's going to help you open up. Because once you understand your body, flexibility becomes so much easier. And when flexibility is easier and we're loosening the body, we're loosening the mind and the stress as well. It's not just about the yoga poses, even though the yoga poses look absolutely flipping awesome, but it's about feeling better in your own body. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go and grab your quiz. And if you want to practice some free yoga classes with me, then go and search Lakora Yoga on YouTube now.